They just never defended against it. And no defense means that Glendora wins. Count 52 of ignorant lawyering and shoddy workmanship is Callaghan's sick letter of February the 1st, when he tells Glendora, don't try to collect the money anymore because we have paid $5,000 into the court. This is the last signature to Glendora by Robert M. Callaghan. Notice that it was written on February 1st, and by November 30th, Robert Callaghan was dead. This is what you call an undertaking. When you pay the $5,000 into the court, that's called an undertaking. And the undertaking turned out to be a little more than that for Callaghan, a funeral. We're up to page 103. When Judge Hansberry determined that Glendora versus Sadley, Sarok, and Cecilia, that the motion to dismiss was denied, the case is going forward, is going into trial. And Sarok gives out an answer, and he says his first affirmative defense is that the court has no jurisdiction over them, and the court has already ruled it has. How can you defy a judge's order like that? The second one was that the court had no other process and or service of process upon Sarok and Sadley was improper. The court ruled 3 weeks ago that it was. How can he claim this as an affirmative defense? It's already been ruled against. And the last one is plaintiff's claims are barred by the doctrine of res judicata. She was already given the sanctions relief in the earlier action. No way. There's no order to that. There's no paper that says Glendora's motion for sanctions is denied. And besides, a motion for sanctions is not the same as an action for damages. Sanctions go to the court, damages go to Glendora. I think we have more company coming. I think Mary was kind enough to get my mail. Hansberry had already ruled against both jurisdictional defenses, and 3 is a lie. There never was any such denial of sanctions. Ignorant, incompetent, and inept. We are up to page 105. And here are the orders from the court, showing you all the things I just told you. Now, did you want to see the Glendora versus Sadley? Just a second, folks. Stay right here with me. Don't worry about the clean snow, and thank you so much. How are you? Good. How did you make out with the voice lesson for?
Oh, Dorothy did very well.
She did very well?
Mm-hmm.
The air wasn't too dry?
No. We went over to Chatham, and she had a lesson in Amanda's, somewhere in there. Hang on, is your key?
Whoop. Oh, that's nice. Thank you for the key ring. Now, and there's the money order. Oh, thank you so much.
I clipped it on there.
And the in-mail.
Yep.
Oh, how lovely of you.
That's that.
Isn't it nice out?
Oh, I want a bag?
Yeah, I got several bags for you.
It's got a hole in it.
I've got lots of bags for you.
Okay. Well, this one's not any good.
I'll throw it away.
Okay, it's got a hole in it.
It's like this defense I'm reading on TV. It has a hole in it. I have decided to keep these pens that you bought me. And so I'll enter it in the book.
Okay.
There's the receipt. So I decided to keep these.
Okay.
However, they aren't first choice. So
well, Papermate wasn't there, so.
Yeah, that's right. What could you do?
Yeah.
Is this one got a hole in it? No.
It had, is that the one I just gave you? Yeah, see?
Oh.
They only had one.
It's a pretty, isn't it? Pretty color.
Yeah, and then the tangerines, they didn't have, these you could still peel, but they didn't have the looser ones unless you wanted to pay $1 a piece. I don't think
That's
so.
price chopper for you. It's out and out rip-off.
Well, yeah, it's a difference between Chatham and Hudson.
Oh.
That's a difference.
Oh.
You know, even their greens, their collards are, I'd say 20 cents more per pound there than in Hudson.
Oh, you're right.
Different, you know.
They're as bad as Grand Rip-Off.
Different things.
Remember
Yeah.
Grand Rip-Off?
Yeah, well, I think they know that there's no competition over there.
Yeah.
You have a lot of New Yorkers
Yeah.
coming up for the weekend,
All right.
and you know they can.
Well, listen, Grand Rip-Off got its nemesis. Maybe they'll get theirs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Never know.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything I can do for you today?
No, just the summary of what you owe me here is on there.
Oh, I owe you?
Yep.
Let me give it to you. How much I owe you?
Let's see. Nope, let me see here. I gotta get my other peepers.
Is it $10?
Ta-dum, ta-dum.
Is it larger than a bread box?
Okay. A total is $29.05.
Okay. How about I give you 30?
Yep, $29.05. And then I don't know how much the groceries are because I didn't figure it out yet.
Oh, okay. About $29.05 is all I owe you, right?
For here. Yep.
Okay, look at this. Here's the 20. Look at that. And
okay.
here's the 10. Okay?
That's okay. Good.
Now so that's all I owe you, including the groceries.
I don't know. No, this is $29.05.
Oh, now I owe you for groceries.
Yeah, which I don't know what they are.
Well, let's just take a minute and get approximate. How much?
Yeah, I have to go look. I have no idea what that was. I just picked it up and put it in my thing.
Okay, where's the receipt?
Oh, in my purse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me figure it out. Don't worry.
All right,
now.
so I still owe you for the groceries.
Yep, that's it.
All right, that's good.
That's
You need any battery?
Not off the top of my head. I could have.
Would you?
Maybe some little ones, just 2 little ones. For my recorder.
Yeah, take them. Take them as you want. I got a lot. Would you look into this about ordering all these things through the computer from the post office?
Oh, okay. Let me see.
We can have that.
Oh, okay.
And would you have time to seal these for me and put them in your mailbox?
Oh, yeah. Ordering what? Oh, stamps, that kind of stuff?
This one right down here, request for package pickup.
Oh, how to do that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It says it's free. Do you think it really is?
Could be. But you know, instead of going to the mailbox and weighing and whatever, I think what this is on the computer. If you know how much your package is, you can put in the computer, you put in your credit card information, they will issue a ticket that you print out on your printer. You know, you can do that here. You have a printer?
No, you do.
You do, okay. And then you put that on your package, and you put it out there in your mailbox, and they'll take it.
Yeah, do you trust it?
Well, I kind of know how that works.
Okay.
But I generally don't do that. I don't send a lot of packages.
Yeah, that's right.
You know.
That's true.
But I think that's kind of how they do it.
Okay.
Because it has to have But I can look into that for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, gotta run. They need the car.
Thank you.
All right.
Isn't that a nice neighbor, folks? Isn't that a nice neighbor? What a nice neighbor. And thank you, Louis Conway, for sending me the tapes from Rockland Cablevision. Thank you for sending me your renewal for Chatwick, Glendora, in Rockland County. Folks, what paper was I reading you? Okay. Hours and dollars. You see, let's take an example here. That was received on February 9th. It was started to answer it on February 10th, February 13th, February 14th. Now, this is last year. This is not this year. This is 2006. So I told you about a log. That's the first way. That's what gets you started on your legal paper, answering it, or making a complaint. and you work on it 15 minutes a day, and it's done. And we're going to rejoice at noon because we have such a nice neighbor, folks. We're going to rejoice for 11:45, which we forgot that we have a beautiful snow, and the temperature's 32, and we've got a beautiful blue sky, which doesn't happen very often, and we've got sunshine all over the place, and we got a happy kitty cat. I should change the camera and show it to you. The minute a package comes into the house, she sits on top of it. What are you, the Inspector General? Are you the Inspector General? And at 11:30, I want to rejoice for television and for public access, and that the international bankers haven't got a hold of that yet and taken it away from us, because, you know, they don't want you to hear the real news. They just want you to hear what they want you to hear, and they don't want you to hear what they don't want you to hear. We are manipulated. Not you and I, though. We got public access. What was the date of Judge Hansberry's order denying your motion to dismiss Walter Sarra? And what was the date of your answer? Statement. You know fairly well the answer, but you go all over the place flying, and this is count 55 of ignorant lawyering and shoddy workmanship by a liar for hire named Sadly Stephen Burke & Burke Law Firm, and by another liar for hire named Walter A. Sarrock, and by an accessory named Cecilia Masterilli. Do you think that Glendora is going to let the appellate term get away with that? I have to bring you up to date on that. That's another legal paper, but I had to read you this because this one's gone out and that one's in the drawer waiting to be finished. I think 3 of them are waiting to be finished. Please take judicial notice, Judge Brian Hansberry. What happened in the appellate term was not a win. It was a fraud. And you and I just got through the definition of fraud. You cannot represent defendants, Sadly Stephen, Burke & Burke, nor Cecilia. You are a defendant. Subsequently purported pleadings, you say. Well, what does that mean? Count 56. Didn't the court just tell you, take judicial notice that this lack, that it goes from ignorant lawyering to downright unconditional, peremptory, arbitrary defiance, utter defiance. Didn't the court just tell you it was proper, the service? Didn't the court just tell you that? Take judicial notice, Brian Hansberry. What relief is Glendora seeking? You tell me, folks. Take judicial notice. Glendora is seeking $5,000 damages caused by ignorant and shoddy lawyering and workmanship. When did Glendora seek that relief before? Never. Will you show it to me where she ever sought that relief before? And will you show me where the court denied such relief? Now, isn't this a lie, Walter Sarrock? Of course, that's how you make your living. And that's how Saul Callaghy went dead. He died lying. He says that the service on Cecilia in the first action was improper, but in the second action, the same service, he says, is proper. Doesn't this ignorant and shoddy lawyering and further dishonest? Sarrock really appeared pro se. He was there defending Sarrock and Sarrock alone. And Sarrock did not show up at trial, so that put him in default. Cecilia did not show up at trial, that put her in default. And sadly, Stevens, Burke & Burke sent a lawyer. However, sadly, Stevens, Burke & Burke did Sadly, Stevens, Burke, and Burke did not show up at the hearing a year earlier, a year and 20 days earlier. So that's all three defendants are in default. Plus, I'm defending also on the merits. And we have 96 counts. Glendora now wants you, court, to see how many hours, dollars, and herbs these three defendants caused her to expend in the month of January 2006, 1 year, 3 weeks ago, before the January 24, 2007 trial last week. So here again is the log. You put down the day, you put down what you did, you put down the hour. Now here's Glendora's transcript of judgment. She went to the White Plains City Court. She got the judgment paper, took it over to the county clerk. The county clerk stamped it received, and this is New York State getting in on the act, getting revenue any way they can. So that cost $6, was it, or $15? Well, it cost $6 in the White Plains court, and then when you went over to county court, it cost $15. And here are the receipts. And what happened from this? The sheriff went out to collect the money. And you had to pay the sheriff $35 for this, and then $35 for that. And apparently, this is what happened in court on January the 4th, 2006. Sarah showed, Cecilia showed, sadly didn't show. We're up to page 128. Here is a big lie. It says sadly Stevens, Burke, and Burke on this is what you call the blue back, but this happens to be cream color. And it says that sadly Stevens, Burke, and Burke are the attorneys for the defendants. Oh no, they aren't. Oh no, they aren't. Because a defendant cannot defend a co-defendant. Well, did we have a good time going through volume 2? Up to page 140. Well, folks, I said no matter what happens to this case, a person like you went to court and stood up to these lawyers lying, stealing, and cheating and said, we're not going to take it. You're going to pay for it. You are liable to me for damages. You caused me hours, you caused me dollars, you caused me herbs of energy. And you've got to pay for that. Okay, what do we do? I forgot to turn on the music for you. I'm going to tell you some jokes. What kind of birds are usually found in captivity? Jailbirds! And two men standing at a bus stop. First one said to the second one, do you know how long the next bus is? And the second one said back to the first one, yeah, it's about 48 feet. Why are judges unable to go to chiropractors? Why are judges unable to go to chiropractors? They haven't any backbone. And the priest said to the little boy, what's the difference between like and love? And the little boy says, well, I like my mom and dad, but I love my bubble gum. And those aren't jokes, that's the landlord's receipt. Here's some jokes. Harry is talking to God. And he says, God, how much is $1 million to you? And God said, $10. And Harry says, well, God, how long is 1,000,000 years to you? And God said, 1 second. And Harry says, God, will you please loan me $10? And God says, certainly, just a second. A man from out of the country is going down 57th Street, and he stops another man who happens to be a violinist. And he says to the violinist, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? And the violinist says, practice, man, practice. Firemen in the schools teaching fire prevention said to the children, what would you do if your clothes caught on fire? And a little girl says, well, I wouldn't put them on. There was a hotel in White Plains, and they turned it into a welfare hotel. So that's farewell hotel. A boy was asked, or a young man was asked, what school did you go to in Manhattan? And he said PS 80. And what does PS stand for? Pooped students. Have you read Shakespeare? The teacher said to the boy. Have you read Keats, Byron, Shelley? Have you read Wordsworth? Well, what have you read? And the boy says, I read Hare. Three ropes were walking down the street, and they went into a restaurant, and they sat down, they started to order, and the head waiter said, aren't you a rope? We don't serve ropes here. You have to go out. And out on the sidewalk, one rope tousled both of his ends, and he tied himself into a knot. He went back into the restaurant, and he starts ordering. And the head waiter says, aren't you a rope? And he says, I'm afraid not. Here's two words, phone, and phony. Can you use that in a sentence? Telemarketers make phony phone calls. I called up Andrew Hersman and I said, Andrew, it's been 1 week since you said you would call me back in 10 minutes. A church had a Bible selling contest, and the man who sold the most Bibles started badly. And so the parishioners asked him, what did you say that you sold the most Bibles? And the man said, I just said, do you want to buy a Bible, or do you want me to read it to you? Glendora, cheerful look at life. And what's the pure thought? You know, I want to sing you this hymn. I'll turn on the music in a minute, but if I can find it. This is by John Greenleaf Whittier. Dear Lord and Father of mankind, forgive our foolish ways. Reclothe us in our rightful mind. In purer lives thy service find. In deeper reverence praise. In simple trust like theirs who heard beside the Syrian sea the gracious calling of the Lord, Let us, like them, without a word, rise up and follow thee. O Sabbath rest by Galilee, O calm of hills above, where Jesus knelt to share with thee the silence of eternity, interpreted by love. Drop thy still dews of quietness, till all our striving cease. Take from our souls the strain and stress, peace, and let our ordered lives confess the beauty of thy peace. Breathe through the pulses of desire the coolness of thy balm. Let sense be dumb, let flesh retire. Speak through the earthquake, wind, and fire, thou still small voice of calm. Amen. John Greenleaf Whittier, dear Lord and Father of mankind. Did we rejoice for 12:15? Did we rejoice for our nice neighbor who did all those errands for us? Wasn't she nice? Did we rejoice for you and I together, that we share our thoughts and do everything that that hymn says? Poor people call up. They don't know how deep it is the way you and I know how deep it is. They think it's just their case, and that's the only case in the world that's being done crookedly. That's what they know. But they don't know that all of the rest of it, that the iceberg goes deep, 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 to the bottom waters of the deep sea. They don't know how abyssal it is. They think it's just their one case. There's only one crooked judge. There's only one crooked lawyer. Only one crooked clerk. Okay, folks. Let's take a break. It's 12:25 p.m. Hail to the king. You're not the king. You work for the people of the United States. But you've lost your focus. Okay. We have to rejoice every 15 minutes, and every 15 minutes I try to write in the Joy Book. And so this is at 12:30 p.m. on the day after Groundhog Day. I rejoice that we have you. I rejoice that we have the public forum that public access TV is. I rejoice that we finished Volume 2 of Glendora versus Sadley, Stevens, Burke & Burke, a liar for hire law firm, 230 Park Avenue, New York, New York, 10169. A liar for hire named Walter A. Sarok, with the same address, and an accessory to the fact and after the fact of their law breaking, Cecilia Masterilli, in the White Plains City Court, Westchester County, State of New York. So now, let us as rapidly as we can. You know, I've been reporting crooked lawyering and judging and clerks to you since 1993. And the treason in the courts against the United States of America. But frankly, I'm nonplussed how to handle this one. Its magnitude is so vicious, vile, viscous, violent. Even after 13 years.